There are moments in a man's life that divide everything, before and after. Most men never realize they're standing at the edge of one of those moments until they've already fallen through it. The rain had been falling for over an hour. Traffic crawled along the highway. Headlights reflected off wet pavement. Emergency lights painted the road in red and blue. A pickup truck sat overturned against a guardrail. Glass covered the asphalt. A baseball glove rested in the mud. And somewhere 15 miles away, a father still believed he had tomorrow. Daniel Walker was 41 years old. He worked heavy equipment. He left before sunrise, came home after dark. His hands were rough. His back hurt every morning. His boots were always covered in dirt. But he wore those things like medals because providing for his family had become the only language he knew. He had missed baseball games, missed dinners, missed birthdays, but he always promised himself the same thing. I'm doing this for them. The machinery roared around him. Rain hit the steel beams. The crew moved through another long shift. Then his phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. The voice on the other end sounded calm. Too calm. Mr. Walker, there has been an accident involving your son. You need to come immediately. Everything stopped. The machines kept running. The rain kept falling. The men kept working. But Daniel heard nothing. He dropped his gloves, removed his hard hat, and suddenly the distance between himself and his family felt impossible. The drive to the hospital felt longer than his entire marriage. Every red light felt personal. Every second felt stolen. When he arrived, doctors rushed through the emergency room. Monitors beeped. People cried. Nurses moved quickly. The smell of antiseptic and fear filled the hallway. And there was Owen, his son, 14 years old, bruised, broken, but alive. Daniel grabbed his hand. Please stay with me, please. I'm here. I'm right here. For the first time in his life, work could not solve the problem. Money couldn't fix it. Strength meant nothing. Control disappeared. And as he sat there beside his son, his wife finally spoke. He waited for you. Daniel looked up. I was working, she answered quietly. You always are. The words weren't loud. They didn't need to be, because sometimes the truth whispers and somehow hurts more. Hours passed. Machines continued their endless rhythm. Doctors came and went. Family arrived. Family left. And somewhere after midnight, the hospital became quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that allows thoughts to become louder than sounds. Daniel sat alone, exhausted, scared, praying for a son who might recover, and completely unaware that another part of his life was about to die. The phone vibrated, not his, hers. At first he ignored it. Then it vibrated again. The screen lit the darkness. One message. I love you. Call me when he leaves. Daniel stared. The words didn't make sense. Not immediately. He read them again and again. His breathing changed. His hands shook. His heart began racing. Curiosity became fear. Fear became dread. And dread became truth. The messages stretched back months. Conversations late at night. Shared fears. Personal secrets. Conversations about loneliness. Conversations about marriage. Conversations about him. Another man had been listening while Daniel was working. Another man had been present while Daniel had been absent. He stood up, walked slowly down the hallway, entered the bathroom, closed the door, and looked into the mirror. The man staring back at him looked exhausted, older than 41. His eyes carried years. His shoulders looked heavy. He didn't recognize himself. He didn't punch the wall. He didn't scream. He simply stood there. because some pain arrives too deep for anger. Weeks passed. Owen slowly recovered. The doctors remained optimistic. The family returned home. But nothing felt familiar. The kitchen felt colder. The living room felt empty. The walls seemed farther apart. One evening, Daniel finally asked, "How long?" His wife sat quietly. "Months." "Why?" Her eyes filled with tears. "Because you stopped being here." "I worked for us." "No, you worked around us." Daniel looked away. The betrayal wasn't his fault. Nothing justified it. Nothing excused it. But somewhere inside himself, Daniel knew something had been dying long before another man entered the picture. The marriage had become schedules, bills, responsibilities, exhaustion, two people surviving beside one another, not living together. She finally packed a suitcase. No screaming, no dramatic goodbye, only sadness, only exhaustion, only two people looking at the ruins of something they once loved. "I never wanted this," Daniel answered quietly. "Neither did I." The door closed, and silence entered the house. The television remained off. The kitchen stayed empty. His son's room sat untouched. The phone stopped ringing. The nights became longer, and for the first time in his entire life, Daniel didn't know who he was. Some men don't collapse all at once. They disappear slowly. One day, 1 week, 1 month at a time, until even they can no longer remember the man they used to be. And Daniel Walker was disappearing. Jerome found him sitting in the dark. No television, no music, no lights. Bills covered the kitchen table. Empty bottles sat beside the sink. "You still here?" Daniel laughed. "Does it look like it?" Jerome sat down. "You blaming her?" "She destroyed me." "No, she exposed you." Daniel looked at him. "What does that mean? If you believe she broke you, you'll spend the rest of your life waiting for her to fix you." Silence filled the room. What part of your life are you still fighting for? Daniel didn't answer because he didn't know. The next morning, the alarm rang at 4:30. Everything in his body wanted to stay in bed. He got up anyway. The air was cold. His joints hurt. His breathing felt heavy. He walked, then ran, then stopped, then walked again. Nobody saw him. Nobody applauded. The gym came later. The weights felt impossible. The mirror felt cruel. Push-ups failed. Pull-ups failed. Days failed. But he returned. Again, and again, and again. Weeks became months. He stopped drinking. He started cooking. He answered his son's calls. He learned to listen. He learned to sit quietly. He learned that strength was not loud. It wasn't anger. It wasn't control. It wasn't pride. Strength was getting up. Strength was showing up. Strength was staying. Months later, Owen called. "Dad, are you coming next weekend?" Daniel smiled. "Yeah, I'm coming." And for the first time in a very long time, he believed himself. 1 year later, Daniel entered a marathon. Not to win, not to prove anything, just to finish. The miles felt endless. His legs burned, his lungs hurt. His body begged him to stop. By mile 17, the crowds had disappeared. Most runners had already finished. Only a handful remained. Jerome stood near the final stretch. Owen stood beside him. Daniel slowed. Every pain he had carried returned. The accident, the betrayal, the loneliness, the silence, the failure, the regret. And he realized something. The race was never against the people who left. It was against the man he became after they did. He took another step, then another, and another. The pain didn't make him stronger. The work did. Pain visits every man. Loss, failure, regret, betrayal. Those things break people every day. What rebuilds a man are the mornings nobody sees, the miles nobody counts, the tears nobody witnesses, the prayers nobody hears, the discipline nobody applauds. Pain is given, strength is earned, and somewhere around mile 17, Daniel Walker finally became someone worth becoming. Because the phone call didn't change his life, the work did. The pain didn't make him stronger, the work did. And in the silence that remained, he finally met the man he was supposed to become. Iron and grace.